If you are just joining us, this is Matters at 360, and today we are talking about drug use, we are talking about addiction and recovery, we are talking about removing shame and telling the human story. Yes, now this program is brought to you by Kat Samsa and is supported by Zenith Bank, and we are live on Capital Sounds 90.9 FM stereo. And this is Faka Faka, name so nice, you have to do it twice, call it twice. And I'm with my wing woman today,
Lady Soft.
You know the way they do, Amna. So, Lady Soft, here, you said you've got important guests for us today that we are going to converse with. Lady Soft, what do you get for us today?
Just like I said, I have two important voices here.
Let's go.
And as you don't talk, Amber, say this drug addiction, they start somewhere. Now something they cause them. So we have an expert in the house. They go tell us, they go enlighten us, they go educate us, they go show us the way. We have Dr. Omolara in the house. She is the head of substance abuse treatment services department at Kasamsa. And we also have a brave young person currently in recovery. For privacy reasons, the name won't be mentioned, but we can keep quiet.
You feel call Faka once.
So, Doctor, you're welcome.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming.
Excited to be here.
I'm excited as well.
Thank you.
We excite past all of them. We're gonna really win us.
Gaskiya. Say, for Kaduna here, we not be bad people, oh. We are just overwhelmed from our experiences. What usually pushes a young person to drug use and alcohol from the first time? Is it a moral failure, or is it just escape from wahala, just like we said?
Yeah, Lady Soft, you just asked the commonest question. People meet you and like, Mesa, why? He has this, he has that, he's from this good family. Why? So there are 4 basic reasons why people use drugs in general.
Young people.
So yes,
especially.
people and then young people, you get to see some apply more to young people, some, it depends on, but generally, people use drugs or substances to feel good, to feel better, to do better, and then to feel among. So for every person that you've met or you've heard of that uses, their reason would fall into one of these categories.
Can you call it again, please? To feel good.
To feel better.
To feel better.
To do better.
To do better.
And then to feel among.
To feel among.
So you would see that someone to feel among, you can categorize this. You easily tell which category of people would fall in this.
Feeling among.
Yes, to feel among. So you can have a young person, he's an SS2, and then some guys go behind the school once, and he just wants to, bounce with them, roll with them.
How it is.
However, when they go behind the school block, what they do is smoke. So to feel among and to feel as one with them, he now has to indulge in this, right? To feel better. So people have several issues that they're going through privately, and you don't know. Anxiety, depression, trying to cope with the stressors of life, as you said, wahala of life, and then they just want to feel better about their lives, right? They want to feel better about the weight of wherever is on their shoulder. So some use drugs to feel better. To do better, you have people who use drugs to do better in their, it could be professionally, right?
Really?
Like it could be their work. So you can have someone who probably works under the sun all day, a bricklayer or whatever it is. He exerts a lot of energy during the day. So he could use drugs to feel better, because there are drugs that will boost your morale, that will boost your energy. There are drugs that will improve your cognitive function, though temporarily. There are drugs that will help you. There are substances that will help you stay up at night to read. You want to read for that exam. You want to pass this exam. Yes, temporarily there are things you can use for quick fixes like that. So that is to do better. And then, depending on the person's biology again, so a couple of things, so many reasons. There's really no one formula for every human being.
All right. So, Doc, on the street here, people argue this. They will tell you, just stop now. It is just a discipline problem. Yeah, that is especially from whoever is cautioning someone that is into drug use. Yeah, they'll say addiction is just a lack of self-control, lack of self-discipline. And is it actually a medical condition? First of all, that is my first question. Then why does it become so hard for someone to stop? Please break it down simply for us.
Okay, faka. So, you'd never see someone with malaria and say, "Stop now, stop having malaria." Oh yeah,
When you never tell mosquito to stop till they bite
help
me.
me, help me. You can't, or you see someone with hypertension and be like, "Stop now, stop this hypertension." Is the same thing. Addiction is a chronic disease, and like every other disease in this world, it has its risk factors, right? There are biological things that predispose someone to it, and then there are environmental things, and then there are social factors. So you can't just see someone and say, "Just stop now." No, you have to pick out the risk factors, what is causing this person to use, and address those issues from the bottom up approach. So there are people who, as I said, are biologically predisposed. Genetically they have this predisposition to addiction. There are facts in the body that there are genes that when the person has this gene, just like diabetes, then if the person is subjected to an environment where he eats a lot of unhealthy food, the person comes out with diabetes. Is the same thing. So there are biological factors in the person, and then if the person now unfortunately falls in an environment that pushes that person to use, then they use and unfortunately get addicted.
Let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
So you say there are some people that are biologically prone to get addicted or fall for addiction?
Absolutely. So there are studies done, you can check. There are genes that code for instance, alcohol use or alcohol addiction or dependence, whatever you may choose to call it. So that if a person has this gene and then and then the person is now exposed to alcohol or exposed, let's say at even a young age, they are more likely to get addicted or to get dependent on alcohol because they already have the gene in their body. And that's why you can explain that, person, they drink, but once in a while he drinks is fine. And then somebody else tastes alcohol for the first time, and then it becomes their medicine every day. And then maybe the person that even introduced it to them it's not that bad with them.
Yes.
So that's because we're all different. So the more you know about yourself and the more you're able to know that you're a coded person, yeah, actually, like you're running on a software. And if you understand yourself better, then you're better able to position yourself in situations that help you on track with your recovery.
Okay, now I understand something. Say this addiction, they get effects for people differently because we are different.
Yeah.
If he bring you down, and another thing he could do for my own body, right?
Yes, of nothing will bring me down. Don't no you no use me as example. Nothing in Jesus' name. Nothing will bring me down. I continue.
Well, thank you, doctor. You see, when people hear the word rehab, they think about chains, they think about a dark room, a scary room. What really happens inside a recovery center? Is it punishment or it's a safe place?
Yes. I would answer that, but I quickly want to address something you just said, Lady Soft. That
Okay.
because some people would hear this now and think, okay, since it's not everybody and I don't have the gene, maybe I can try it.
Yes.
The best is to be safe.
Yes.
Don't, because you can't really tell who would fall into the dark hole and who won't fall.
Yes.
But this theory, right, explains why you see someone, because the young people will come and tell you that, but this person smokes all the time now and he's not addicted and he comes to class and he's doing this and that. Why can't I try it? And that's the explanation for it. You really cannot tell. So it's better, especially for young people under the age of 25. Your brain is still developing, so you don't want to introduce something that your brain will weave into normalcy. You introduce a substance and then your brain is still developing, it's still building its blocks small. It now builds that substance into it and then it becomes a big problem for you, right?
It's better not to start.
It's better not to start. Better safe than sorry. And for recovery, we approach it from a public health perspective. So public health means that we're doing demand reduction. We're not law enforcement here.
Okay.
We're not law enforcement, so we approach it like a health issue, which actually it is. It's a public health issue. So even our recovery center simulates that. It simulates a health facility where you have structured programs. So when you go into our recovery center at Ungomichibi in television, you see that we have it looks more like a house. and then you see people moving around freely. You can't tell who is staff, who is in recovery, because everybody seems that
Seems
it's just a
fine from the
living,
outside.
yeah, it's just a living space, but a living space that is safe and regulated, so that things are not moving in and out, and then the staff there know exactly who is who and how to address each person. So no, it's not punishment. I think one of the best things someone can do for you if you're in recovery, or if you're using, is to take you to rehab, or take you for it. That's the best show of love anyone can get.
Okay, we are going to get to that. So if you are listening to us for the very first time, this is Matasa 360, and today, we are removing the fear around addiction and recovery. So before we continue, Doc, if someone is listening to us right now and is secretly struggling, what is the smallest first step they can take today? Not next year, not next month. What is the first move you advise that person should take right now?
Today.
Yes.
Today, call Katsamsa.
Okay.
Today, Katsamsa is a Kaduna State Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Agency, and we're positioned to assess you and to tell you what's best for you. Addiction isolates. So the moment, the best thing anyone who is going through this health challenge can do for themselves is to reveal the problem. Once you reveal the problem, then solutions will come out, right? You can identify a support in your family, or not necessarily when you say family, not necessarily your biological family, ties, your social support system, whoever who you can confide in. If you're not able to, who can help you, reach out to Katsamsa. But what I would say is today, call Katsamsa. Check us out on IG, check us out on Twitter, find us anywhere and reach out to us, and we're better positioned to help you.
All right, so as we mentioned here, we are going to still give you the phone lines that you can call on later. And on still that same line, you can send us a WhatsApp message if you intend to continue the conversation offline. Yeah. So the phone line is 090-6941-6922. You got that, yeah? 090-6941-6922. As Doctor mentioned, if you need help, message this line and you will hear from us. So we are going to go on a very, very, very short break. When we come back here, our Lady Soft get plenty guests for us, and we're going to hear from him.
Understand.
Okay,
I don't understand. I dey carry people waka.
Lady Soft have got special guests for us in the building, and when we return here, we will hear from them. We'll be back in a jiffy. So if you are just joining us, this is Matasa 360 on Capital Sounds 90.9, and this program is brought to you by Kaduna State Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Agency, KATSAMSA. And you can actually follow us on social media, on Facebook, on X, on IG, at KATSAMSA and at Matasa 360, so that we can continue the conversation. So as I said here, we still got a guest, and right now we are going to continue the conversation. Yes, real conversations for life in Kaduna. And right now here we want to talk heart to heart. Lady Soft, Wagwan.
Okay. Just like I said, hello, Matasa. Thank you for being here. If you are comfortable sharing, what was that thing going on in your life when substance became a coping mechanism? When substance just took in? You understand? What was that weight you were carrying?
Thank you, Lady Soft. For me, the main weight I carried then was peer pressure. Yes, and thrill seeking. It was actually more of I wanted to belong, because I actually started substance abuse in the first year of my tertiary institution. The first tertiary institution I went to, that was actually when it started. And so I had this bunch of friends that were in the same compound, and they were using the stuff now. They're using cigarettes first, and I was looking at see guys really like me. Guy, why not just try this stuff now? See the smoke they come out their mouths, that kind of thing. And so it was really thrilling me. I wanted to try it now and see what's up. And then that was when I puffed my first stick of cigarette, and it just kept on, series of bad decisions and patterns there and then.
So at the beginning here, what did substance abuse give you? What did it make you feel that you couldn't get anywhere else?
Um, it's it gave me a sense of joy. That was one. Yes, because I was able to feel like for that moment, all my anxieties, the problems I felt, the heavy weight of life pressures just went away. And that was basically it for that 31 hour. And that was how I felt. I just felt the whole pressure of everything, my problems just disappeared.
Just woof.
Exactly.
Like how
Like magic.
well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think there's something I understand from what you mentioned. You started it because of peer pressure, yeah? Then from one of the causes that Doc mentioned, she mentioned to feel among. Then from my head, I'm like, okay, I'm connecting dots here. And maybe that is a lot of other people, yeah? A lot of people, that is they've got different reasons why they got hooked to this thing. And as you mentioned, it opened my head to a lot of things. Some people here, it might not even be peer pressure. It might be curiosity on their own. Then they see them for there, yeah, they go try their own for here. Then I've got this question. At what point did you realize this is getting out of hand for you? When you can no longer control it? For you personally, which point did you get that you identified that?
Okay. For me, yeah, it was when I was now at the lowest point of my life. Let me give this example.
Yeah, so I want us to get example of what low in your life means.
Okay, Faga, let me get there. See, there was this time when I I left home, I ran away from home, I went to Abuja, and then I was eating bread from the ground. Like, let me tell you where I grew up, the family background I came up. I had almost everything.
You don't want to see Nepo baby. I
No,
see
I be
you.
Nepo baby. I don't go lie you now.
Baby.
I
Call
be
it
Nepo
out.
baby, yeah. So like I had basically everything. But then now see me
Hmm.
in one
You don't feel afford
Angwa,
bread.
one lungu. I dey find bread for ground, my bro. I dey find bread for ground. And it's a way to make me no chop that bread.
Bust my head.
People just they look, I just they look the bread. For my mind, but I just want me everybody go. Man say as I'll carry that bread chop. And like after that moment, almost from then, but I went into different things, oh, like different things that I'll say was the lowest point of my life, man.
Hmm.
But then that's when I realized that I needed help. But even after I came to realization, I couldn't help myself because I was at this point that there was
Like
nothing I
this.
could do on my own. And so I had to reach out. I really had to reach out. And prior to that, other people, my family members had reached out to me, my mom, my dad, my siblings, but I felt like I could control it. You see, there was something Doc said, and Faka, you said also, you said, it's you feel like you could stop it when you want to. You feel like it's an on and
Off switch.
off
On and
switch,
off switch.
but it actually isn't, because when it's on, you can't off it yourself. The truth is, you just need that help. You need that help, and that was the lowest point of my life.
So what was the first point of help for you?
The first point of help was when I reached out.
Okay.
Yes, I had to open up.
Who did you talk to?
Okay, I had amongst my siblings, three of them, I had one that was closest to. Yes, that I was able to confide in, because I was ashamed of talking to my parents. Like they had reached out before, and I slapped their helping hands. So, like I was ashamed of going back to them. So I had our firstborn, Abigail. I had to reach out to her, and she she was the one that now introduced me to recovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Speaking of which, that is it. You see, taking the first step is always the hardest.
True.
But once you are in, that's it. And what is it that surprised you more about recovery? Like, is it a safe space? Is it hope is not isn't it scary like the way people are saying it to be?
To be honest, now the mere thought of you trying to stop something that you've been hooked into for a long while, it could be scary. Yes. But when you get to a safe space where you and everyone, almost everyone around you is passing through the same thing, has passed through the same thing, and have overcame the same thing,
Support system.
and then like you feel eased in. Yes, you feel like you could give into this recovery and it will work for you.
So we are going to go on a very short break here. But before that, let us close this segment with this. If someone is hiding from their shame, listening to us right now, yeah, what is the most important message, or what's that one message you will want to pass to that one person listening to us right now that is hiding from that shame that is going through, before we go on the break?
Okay. First of all, I would like whoever is listening, first of all, to understand that you are human, you're an individual, and it's part of our nature, right? To fall. But then when you fall, you need support. You need someone to pick you up. And the first step is just opening up. Opening up. First of all, you admit you can't do it. You just can't do it on your own. It's not, as I said, it's not something that you can simply say, I want to stop today and I will stop am. Lie. It doesn't work that way. And so you need to open up. You need to seek for that help.
No be lie.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, my bro, for sharing this. I can just imagine how it is for you to be able to relive this experience one more. But we are going to go on a very short break, and when we come back here, we are going to open the phone lines so that you can call in and join the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a jiffy. Welcome back. If you are just listening to us for the very first time, this is Matasa 360 on Capital Sounds 90.9 FM Kaduna. And with me, beside me, my henchwoman is Lady Soft. Yes, now they call me Faka Faka. Name so nice. You do this twice. You call this twice. And this program is brought to you by Kaduna State Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Agency, KADSAMSA, and powered by Zenith Bank. Whew, let me catch my breath. So as I said here, we're going to open the phone line so that you can call in and join the conversations. And one more time, the studio phone line is 090-694-16922. Call. Let's take this then.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Very fine. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
In fact, I'm very grateful for that last week the chapter that you gave me.
Okay, you are welcome, man. So, do you have any...
I have a similar case like that guy. Oh,
Okay,
then he said it was very difficult for him to change.
okay,
Someone like that.
okay,
He's a smoker, he's a womanizer.
okay,
All three joined together. We try for him to reduce all these things, especially smoke,
okay.
because of his health. We try, but it didn't.
All right.
One day, sickness just knocked him down. Bam. From there, my brother, 3 days, no smoking, no going out, no anything. We try, as we try for him, he reduced. When he was not, he was hospitalized. He can't take anything. So after a while, just a week later, when my brother got up from the sick bedroom, hey, Jesus, I think they just punched him again. Yeah, bro, fire on. So that was when we start again. We have to bring the X-ray and scanning things for him to see. And so you see how your lung is.
That's serious.
Breathing in your body is when you were sick. Because of all this smoke or all this drinking.
Yeah.
My brother knows for everything before he now comes down. But now, the glory of God will give them to God.
Oh, glory be to God.
It's now free from all these things that we are talking about. Maybe next week I will introduce him to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you.
So I think I like how this call ended. It's not just a call to complain, but
not
it
a
is like
sad
a
story.
testimony. So it's very good, and we still got another call. Let's hear. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Sid of the Kingmaker from Guamalu.
Welcome to the show, my bro.
People just keep dropping box office topics.
It is Siam now.
Really excited about today's topic, and when it comes to substance abuse as the result of pressure, is something that a lot of us don't really talk about. Some people just one way or the other just find themselves experimenting, just like you said. Sometimes it's just experiment. I make I see how this thing is feel now. Let me see how it is, and before you know, gently creep into addiction. And when it comes to addiction, a lot of people don't want to talk. So having a platform like this where people can actually share, express, and then seek solution is very, very good. Special regards to the doctor. I think there was something you said earlier about people being genetically predisposed to
Addiction.
drug abuse and addiction, and that's something you have learned today.
Yes, all of us.
Previously, I didn't know that. So, doctor, thank you very much for coming on the show and
You're
enlightening
welcome, the
us. Thank you,
kingmaker.
guys.
And have a nice day, my bro.
All right, sir.
All right. So, to anybody listening to us here, have you ever seen someone judged or struggling with drugs? Have you ever been afraid to seek help? Yes, so call us on 090-6941-6922, and you can also send us a WhatsApp message on that same number. We could take this call before we continue. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Katuni,
What?
from Marabarido.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Do you have any question or any addition for our guest today?
Yes, really, your program is very educative. I pray that you people will introduce this to schools, because this is where it all starts. Let students, every school should at least have a club from your program, so as to enlighten the students on the dangers of involving in all this. Because many students have fallen into victims into a lot of things. Like, I want to belong, I want to socialize, I want to be like that. This person I want to be, just to, just like the doctor said. Like, you'll do well if you will help schools, especially in the metropolis, because that is where it starts. Thank you, and may the Lord bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Katoni. So I think, Doctor, you've got a response to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your for your suggestion. So we're way ahead, or we're thinking at par, because we're like minds, right? With the caller.
Yeah.
So Katsamsa currently has a program running in schools. It's called the Unplugged program. Unplugged program.
Okay.
Yes. So it runs at in SS1, because that's a transitional period. So from JS1 to SS1, when you study students and you look at them very well, their psyche changes a lot, or there's a lot going on with them around that. So the Unplugged program runs for 12 weeks. It's a program where teachers take some of this, and the students on some very, very important topics, right, that help build their character. So it helps build their critical and thinking skills, coping skills, problem solving skills, and all of that. So the unique thing about this program is it's used worldwide, but the unique thing about it is that just a little bit of it addresses drugs. Because when it comes to prevention, when it comes to children, you don't want to be the one to prick their curiosity by talking about drugs all the time.
And then they go find out.
I beg, or calling someone who has used or is in recovery and telling them. Do you know children?
They're very
They'll be
curious.
looking at you at the assembly and they'll be admiring that guy. Oh, he did it. He was smoking this, and then he's. So when it comes to children, you have to study their psychology very well and introduce interventions where they work, and that's what Katamsa has done with the Unplugged program. So it's currently running in some schools, and we hope to scale it up to all the secondary schools and actually from our research around the world, we see that students that go through the Unplugged program end up doing better academically as well. So, and then we also are working on building counseling support units within secondary school, so that it's easy for the students to come talk to their class teacher, but the classroom teacher also has to have the skill in counseling, the skilled in psychological first aid, the skilled in psychosocial support, and Kasamsa is working on those programs. So thank you for your call, thank you for your support, and we hope that we meet up, we do good and meet your expectations with. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Okay, I want to say something. I think we've been talking about drug use and recovery, drug use and recovery. I think we should also um find a way to tell young people that are not yet or are not in that situation now. What are things they should do differently? This question is for our guests. Sorry. What is that thing you do differently that you find joy in doing?
If you don't do drugs, what else be the alternative?
What is that thing that you love doing that you do differently? Yes.
Okay, this will help me during my recovery process. Now, I can't just quit drugs and stay idle.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I picked up old hobbies I used to like.
Good.
I used to love playing football.
Good.
But with time, it got difficult now. I don't feel the pants, they run, they sweat for it. With time, it got difficult due to the substance.
You replace
intake.
one hobby with another hobby.
Exactly. So I found it was more thrilling for me to play football, to score, to win, than to go and use something else and then thrill myself. And then also, I found out that music, I enjoyed listening to music. It was something that I really enjoyed. And then I picked it up again. And then most importantly, due to substance abuse, I stopped school. I stopped school. So now I plan on going back. I actually registered JAM.
Good.
Yes, I plan on going back.
Well, jam hard these days, oh.
We go run am, guy. We go run am. And you know, the thing is this. My memory got locked for some while. And gradually I just found out that reading, steady reading, like it started bringing up the exposure back more. Yes, exactly. And like all those things, I'll advise young kids out there, teenagers or young adults that have not gone into, like you don't need drugs to fulfill satisfaction. You don't need it for dopamine, all those things that you say, those
Feel good hormones.
Exactly, those feel good. You don't need them. Like there are better ways to, guy, score one goal, see wetin go happen, see how you will feel.
No, close after him, please. Let us round
Oh
up
my
after
gosh,
you.
he
please.
just said the things he described, right? They produce these hormones which make you feel good. And that's what the drugs also do. The euphoria people get from the use of drugs. The thing is that the one from the use of drugs is like 1,000,000 times more. And the unfortunate thing is that the more you use drugs, the less your body recognizes the natural one. For instance, now you're using, so football is not thrilling you anymore. Now you're using, spending time with your loved ones is not thrilling you anymore. So for people who have not started using, and we do not even want you to go there, right? Milk the feel-good hormones that you have. For instance, spend quality time with people you love. Do the things that you love and appreciate. Take good care of yourself. Long baths, long walk. Know how to relax. Know yourself. Know the things that help you, feel better about yourself. Plan yourself, get your vision board, your purpose. This is what you want to do. Okay, now he wants to write JAM. What's the step in doing that? And that plan your life and structure yourself. And you see that for everything you take away from your vision board, there's this sort of dopamine. That's the feel good you feel from, the emotion you feel from fulfilling your goals.
Doctor, thank you very much, my bro. Thank you very much for coming on. So let's say this clearly, yeah? Addiction is not a moral failure. Recovery is possible, and asking for help is actually strength. So once more, this is Matasa 360, brought to you by Kat Samsa and powered by Zenith Bank every Tuesday by 4 to 5 p.m. on Capital Sounds 90.9 FM stereo. And I did this with my wing woman,
Lady Soft.
And my name is Faka Faka. Name so nice, you have to say it twice. Ladies and gentlemen, join us next week. From me and Soft, we are done.
This is Matasa 360. Muna jin ku, muna ganin ku, kuma muna ƙaunar ku.
Matasa 360.